Neurodiversity with Anis Akhtar. Hear our voice, assistant.
So my name's Anis, my pronouns are they or any, and I currently work at BTM on the Hear Our Voice project as an assistant.
My name's Anna and I'm the Hear Our Voice coordinator at BTM. And today we're just going to be having a chat about neurodiversity because next month, October, it is ADHD Awareness Month.
Neurodiversity, or a lot of people like to use the word neurodivergent to describe themselves, is a series of, we don't like the word conditions as such, but it's stuff that's under the medical umbrella where one processes their feelings, thoughts and communication that might differ from what is a perceived idea of norm. So under the neurodivergent umbrella, you have things like ADHD and dyslexia, dyspraxia, the one around numbers, and dysgraphia, which is about how you write and draw things. So it's a collection of things. And I think the neurodivergent umbrella either sits, sometimes overlaps with mental health, and then sometimes is put under the LD, learning disabilities umbrella. And I think it's come at an opportune time because Bradford Council and the NHS are currently looking at a delivery plan around neurodivergent people, and I think it's a really important time to start having these discussions. And I recently came across ADHD West Yorkshire at these feedback events with the council and NHS, and what I gathered from the two people I met is that some people get the diagnosis from the NHS, other people go private, and then there was a real understanding that some of us may never get a full diagnosis, but it's our neurodivergent peers that often notice the traits amongst ourselves.
So Anis, what is the purpose of this podcast? What do you want to achieve by creating this podcast?
Well, I think the purpose of this podcast is to take the opportunity, as we have ADHD Awareness Month. I don't think there's a neurodivergent awareness month out there, so any given opportunity to give highlight to the broad spectrum of what neurodivergence is, and to hopefully share the podcast with like-minded groups and organisations, and how these intersect. And I think as we do this series of podcasts, we can look at different themes. So hopefully this series of podcasts will sort of bring neurodivergent people across the region together, and hopefully we can start networking with other organisations and start bringing more neurodivergent people together.
That's brilliant. Is there anyone in particular that you'd like to sort of invite onto the podcast that we could chat to?
Well, I recently came across ADHD West Yorkshire, who are probably going to be doing lots of things, hopefully, for the awareness month. And if they're not aware, I will probably get in touch with them and let them know that this month is coming up. October has a lot of different awareness days as it is, so it's quite a busy month. So maybe people outside ADHD and neurodivergence aren't aware. I think I will network with Lippy people, because we've recently wrapped up the 4Ls project, life loss, learning and legacy, and the recent series of videos was about learning disabled, neurodivergent and autistic LGBTIQ plus people, so that comes under it, especially with the fact that several of us featured in those series of videos are neurodivergent, so there's a crossover, and hopefully in future years I think we can start building networks and bringing neurodivergent people across the region together and have that peer support and shared learning.